Sins. Tough questions. We all hold something inside of us that we just desperately need an answer to. But what about Pokemon? Or the Pokemon characters? What do they really even think up there? That's why I created the confession Google form called Oh Father Arceus, I have sinned. I posted this around different Discord servers so that people could come up with sins or questions different Pokemon or Pokemon characters, or even they themselves had in mind. And to top it all off, we have Arceus answering these sins.
Huh? Me? I thought I was retired. But I guess I'll have to go back to my human form.
Please, come forth, my child.
Hello, Father. This is Nessa.
Nessa? The first one? Oh no.
Father Arceus, for I have sinned. I have made the most bullshit gym puzzle ever. It's designed in a way where there are pipes and a person must watch out for the outcoming water. If they walk up under the pipe when water is coming out, they get evaporated because it is 200-degree water. With these 10-year-olds coming into my gym, we have had more lawsuits than we can count, Father. It is the craziest thing I have done yet. People still fantasize over me. Forgive me, Father.
Nessa, my dear child, I would honestly not be bothered at all. After all, these 10-year-olds, they're trying to be the champions of the region. If they get evaporated in the third gym, that's a skill issue, like boo-hoo, hot water. Just, I don't know, man, there's 5 gyms to come your way. You have to be a little bit more brave. However, it's a little bit tough one to judge. Not because like the gym puzzle is hard or anything, but because that's literally attempted murder. So, in that regard, you could argue on both sides. But then again, bullshit gym puzzles, they have existed since, I don't know, Generation 1. Think about Lieutenant Surge. If you only knew what's going on in that gym puzzle, you would know what kind of a douchebag that guy is. He's also a confirmed war criminal. But for what comes to that, Nessa, you are forgiven. Next one. Then we have Corsola. Welcome, Corsola.
Father, I need an answer. How do I hide the bodies?
How do I hide the bodies? Okay, let's get this out of the way. It's wild that you have marked this as Father, I need an answer, and not as Father, I have sinned. Literally, you're asking where to hide the bodies. Like, if you want an immediate answer, how about a self-report? But let's play along here. You know, I'm not a bad person. I'm just God. So my intuitive answer would be that you hide them somewhere in the water. I mean, you're water type. You can dive pretty deep. Officer Jenny can't find them there. But this is what they would think. Lucas after you. He knows that you would hide them in the water. So therefore, I would find a nice piece of land where you can walk. Like, who would ever expect a watermon to walk, right? Well, Gyarados can fly, so I guess it's not out of the water. But I would find a nice grass field, then dig like a 5-feet hole, not from experience, of course, but just generally speaking. This is the way I would go about it, and then, you know, you're done. The traces have been deleted, and you could even call this place where you have buried them the graveyard, just to be a little bit creative. You definitely are not coming to heaven, however, you're forgiven. Wait, no. No. You're not forgiven, but that's your answer. Thank you. Then we have... Come forward. Who are you? Johnny Roast Beef Centauri.
I recently went to a concert and saw my favorite band, Ned and the Needlefish. It's been a dream of mine ever since I was a wee lad.
What is a wee lad? Let's Google this. Oh, a small boy in Scottish. I respect that.
There were some people next to me smoking some of Keef, Tree, Mary Jane, Devil's Lettuce, Auspicious Arugula, Jazz Cabbage, Weed.
God, what is this listing? Like, is this a movie called Cinderella and the 7 Types of Weed? Holy shit.
I bumped into one of the guys partaking in this, and I think he swapped my drink for his weed. When I tried to take a sip of my drink, I accidentally smoked the whole joint and got high out of my mind. That ended up being the best night of my life, but I'm asking for your forgiveness. I will make sure that it may or may not happen again.
Oh, perfect. You have been heard. Let's start off with answering with this one. You're making this sound like an accident. Like, let's read this again. Quote unquote. When I tried to take a sip of my drink, I accidentally smoked the whole joint. How does that happen? It's like, oh yeah, I have this nice beer over here. Let me take a sip. I don't get it. This is definitely putting me off in the beginning. And it's also hard to really decipher what you're asking for here. You're saying it's the best night of your life and the worst night ever, and then you're kind of asking me to make it happen again or not make it happen again. I don't get it. It's like asking your dad for $20 and an ass beating at the same time. I don't really wrap my head around that one. Next one. Who may I be speaking to?
Father, I have sinned.
Nurse Joy, welcome. What have you done?
I don't even know how to heal Pokemon, but I have figured a way around it. Since I have a lot of Pokemon, every time a trainer comes in, I just give them a new one instead of the one they let me take care of.
Huh. Interesting. So the first thing that comes to my mind is that I think you're fine. Like, you're not gonna get caught from doing this, okay? Me and my boy Jesus, we made Pokemon say, like, Pikachu, Pikachu, and not like, oh, no, yo, I'm not your Pokemon, okay? So technically, probably not gonna get caught. But for now, I cannot forgive you. See, I am a proud shareholder of the Poke Center Limited. And when I hear that you're not doing your job correctly, you just, like, take the mons and put them to the side and start scrolling your Instagram or TikTok. What's going on over there? Do your job properly. Like, the shareholder value is not getting increased, and that is a sin. Therefore, not forgiven. Get back to work. Next one, Josh K. Hello, Josh K. What is your problem?
So I was at work the other day. My co-worker comes in and starts telling me about how we need to find a way to harvest water from the moon since we're running out of it on Earth. I told him that's ridiculous because Earth has far more water than the moon has, But then he tells me that if we're trying to colonize Mars, then we as a society should focus our efforts on erecting a statue of 13th US President Millard Fillmore. At this point, I'm completely following what she's saying, so I obviously ask what the hell he's talking about until I hear a noise from the storage room on the roof, and when I go to check on it, I see that same co-worker standing there complaining about how hungry she is. Naturally, due to the sunk cost fallacy, I walk away from the whole situation, but then he somehow turns into Marx from hit game Kirby Superstar right before my eyes. After buying what I need, I go talk to my therapist, who tells me that I shouldn't have released the geese because otherwise none of this would have happened to my family. I tell the therapist how stressed out this whole situation has made you, and after we have a long conversation for 15 seconds, my question is as follows. Does my crush like me back?
Does your crush like you back, bro? There is no crush. You have the schizophrenia, okay? Next one. Hello, Hypno. Tell me, what is on your mind today?
I did unspeakable things to the children.
Nope, not today. Next one.
I was there before an egg, right? I mean, you get me from Professor Birch and there is no egg in sight. But after an unhinged session with Rhyperior, an egg pops out and another Torchic gets born. So does that mean I was born from this too? I am so confused. Please help me, Father.
Yes, Torchic, phenomenal. You have grasped the concept of realities. It is really confusing. However, let me tell you this much. You are able to lay eggs and you have come out of one. And to foreshadow a little bit, you have many exciting evolution options. After you've come out of an egg, you become a Torchic. Then you can become a Combusken. And this is where it gets really wild. You could either become a Blaziken, or like, I don't know, a crispy chicken sandwich. The options are limited. I mean, the mayos that go with you. The nuggets. The breasts. The chicken breasts. The wings. There's so many good options. Hello, Fiddle. What is on your mind?
So back in like 3rd grade, I had a problem where I would shit my pants like every day. I would have to throw away so much fucking underwear, it was crazy. New pack every week, basically. I don't know what caused it. Probably an unwiped ass. Best guess, I have TBH. So that day was extra bad. Had to shit like crazy. And I was like Patrick Star, ass cheeks of steel. I would hold all of it in until this fateful day. It's my canon event. I was in gym class holding the shit with dear life. I was turtle-heading with a turd. So I was just standing by the wall while everyone else was playing whatever it was. Eventually the crap slipped out, solid log out my 3rd grade ass. So it was just sitting in my underpants for most of the gym class, until it slid down my leg, out onto the floor. I was nervous, obviously, because shit slid down my leg, onto the cold cement gym floor. It was decent size too, like half the size of a baby. So I was nervous and embarrassed that someone would see the turd on the ground. On the sides of the gym there were tables we should use for lunch, because we ate in the gym. So I decided to slid the shit under the table to hide it from everyone. I pray for those janitors.
Holy moly. There's so much to unpack here, like, there's more to unpack than you had to unpack underwear back then. First of all, let's start with this one. I don't know what caused it. Bro, you shit your pants. That's what caused it. But in all honesty, I think you missed a great chance. You have a log-sized junk at the floor and you just decide to hide it? Where's the pride, bro? You would have walked out of the gym class as a champion. And now you're just a teammate in a basketball game of 3rd grade PE? Which one would have been better, bro? You have just dumped out a log-sized junk. That is impressive. But I think you did what you had to do, okay? You bursted out a fat one when it most mattered. And for that, I will conclude this as shitting is not a sin, but sometimes it is a tactic of a highly competitive game. And therefore, you are forgiven, my son. And with that, we have gone over all of the sins of today. I hope you found peace of mind from this video, and I will see you all next time. Thank you. Please subscribe. I doubt this will do any numbers, but if this kind of concept is good, I'll leave another form down below, which is the comments, where the next idea would be to evaluate different theories from the Pokemon world with Professor Boak and his friends. So take that as you will, and with that, see y'all later.